Hello and welcome back to episode number 3 of this mini-series. As you can see, since last time we drew 1-1 with Luton, we lost 1-0 to Stoke, we lost 2-0 to Millwall, we beat QPR 1-0 and then we drew 2-2 with Norwich. That means that the league table looks like this. We're in 10th place, we have 22 points, still pretty tight. Really from 2nd down to probably 14th, all those teams from 28 down to 20 points, all pretty tight. Today we come back for a local derby against Blackburn. We're going to play Hull, we're going to play Coventry, and we're going to play Huddersfield and maybe Cardiff as well. Big chunk of games, and then after that obviously we'll play through probably until the new year, pick up some of the fixtures around then. In terms of what the squad are doing, goals, Shane Lavery, got 9 in 12. Gary Medina's got 5 in 3 starts, 6 substitute appearances, and Jerry Yates has got 4 in 14 starts. In terms of assists, Jerry Yates has got 4, Matthew Smith has got 3, Luke Garbutt has got 3, Lawrence Gabriel's got 2, and Luke Dreher has also got 2. Also so has Callum Connolly. So it's been spread out between them. Not a lot of assists for just one player. Obviously Shane Lavery miles ahead in terms of goal scoring, got those 9 goals thus far. Like I say, today we take on Blackburn in the opening game. They are top at the moment, 11 wins out of 15, 35 points. It's going to be one hell of a tough game, and the team for this tough local derby is going to be as follows. His husband is out of action, so Garbutt is going to come back in for him. It's going to be Maxwell in goal, back 3 of Thornley, Ekpiteta and Davis. Just going to swap them 2 over. Garbutt on the left, Gabriel on the right. Midfield trio of Dreher, Stewart and Virtue. Up front is Lavery and Yates. And let's get into the game. Maxwell looks along. Wharton cleared it away. Jean picks it up, goes back to Wharton. To Rui Perez, has to go back to Wharton now. A little bit of pressure on them. They go long and that'll be mopped up by Ekpiteta. Brings it over halfway into Virtue now. Virtue back to Ekpiteta. Has to go back to Curtis Davis, and he goes across to Thornley. Thornley now can run into the opposition half, out to the left hand side in Garbutt, infield to Dreher, to Stewart, a little bit of space, and Stewart scores, and Kevin Stewart fires in from the edge of the box. It's 1-0 just after half time. We've played really well today. Blackburn haven't really been able to handle us in terms of the amount of shots we've had. Hasn't been an awful lot in the way of highlights, but that's the first real chance we've had. Garbutt down the left side, infield to Dreher, pulls it back to Stewart, takes a touch, and it's opened up for him nicely across the goalkeeper into the back of the net. 1-0. Gabriel gets across it. Lavery, and everyone went to the near post. Lavery stayed at the far post, and he has a simple job of heading into the back of the net. His 10th goal of the season. Open goal there at the far stick. It was a throw-in on the near side. Gabriel into Smith. He received it back, touched it towards the byline, got the cross in, and everyone to the near post. And Lavery just backed off towards the far stick and just nods it into an empty net. It's 2-0, half an hour to play. Good ball in towards the far post, headed away from Thornley. Keshi Anderson there will pick it up. Looks to go past his man, does go past his man, crossing and headed away by Jean. Thornley coming forward now on the left hand side. Bit of pressure, has to go in field to Smith. Now to Yates, out to Gabriel on this right hand side. He drives towards the byline, crossing. Lavery with a simple tap in at the far post, and 2 crosses from Gabriel, both finding Lavery. The first one with his head, the second one with his foot, and in 7 second half minutes we've sealed it, and in 17 second half minutes we have gone from 0-0 to 3-0, and we have comfortably won this local derby here. What a ball in, and Lavery with his 11th of the season. It's 3-0. Garbutt with the throw down the line into Lavery. He goes all the way back to Thornley now. Blackburn have really offered nothing here. We're 15 minutes out from the end of the game. As Anderson now, with a bit of space, looks for Lavery, cut out, but he wins it back. Goes in field to Anderson. Can he get the cross in? Does pull it back. Lavery now will chip it in, headed away from him. Gabriel now on the right hand side. Will he try and find Lavery once again? Ball in. And it's too far, and Bella can get it away. But Ekpiteta picks the ball up, back into the Blackburn half with it now. Infield to Virtue, into Medine, back to goal. Flicks it out to the right hand side, and Gabriel. Gabriel will look for Lavery in the box. He's on his own, and the cross has been took by Kaminsky, and Jean has been sent off. I'm not even sure what for, and Garbutt's free kick hits the wall. Virtue can pick it back up, lays it back to Gabriel. He hits it from distance, and what a goal from Jordan Lawrence Gabriel. It's 4-0. Keeper got nowhere near it, in off the underside of the bar, and that is the icing on top of the cake here. Free kick that I'm not entirely sure what it was for. I'll have to look at that back. Virtue picks the rebound, lays it back to Gabriel, and he just takes it early. The keeper is in no man's land. It's 4-0. Bella with that ball in. Rui Perez gets there, and Vassell taps it in. Isaac Vassell makes it 4-1. He gets one back for Blackburn. Really well worked free kick, actually. Right across the face of goal. Rui Perez gets there. He knocks it back to the other post, and Vassell has a simple tap in. 8 minutes plus stoppage time, it's 4-1, and that was a nicely worked goal there from Blackburn. Top of the table, dispatched off, 4 goals to 1. Lavery with an 8.7 getting 2 goals. Garbett and Gabriel were fantastic either side, 8.5, 9.1. Garbett didn't even get an assist or a goal, but he still averaged an 8.5. Fantastic from the boys, and we beat top of the league Blackburn in the local derby 4-1, and onwards and upwards to the next game. Bogus with the corner kick in towards the far post. Loose Potter, and it's put in by Troy Parrott, and it's 1-0. It was kept off the line really well there by Gabriel, I think it was, but Troy Parrott was on hand to just tap it on from a yard. Poacher's instinct from the young striker. Bogus with the ball in here. Header goes in. Good save by Maxwell, and Gabriel just couldn't get there ahead of Parrott, who makes it 1-0 on the half an hour mark. Second half is underway here. We've really got into the players here today. A lot of changes made for this game. So you can't expect a vintage performance, but we would expect to be beating Hull how they've started the season. I've got to be completely honest. So it's kind of disappointing being 1-0 down at half time, especially to a sloppy goal as well. Medine has to go back now to Connolly. Connolly to Ekpateka. Dreher out to the right side, and Gabriel was at the heart of everything good we did against Blackburn. He gets across him. Medine takes the ball, gives it back to Gabriel, crosses the far post, and Garbett heads in. One pull back to the other. Inside the first minute of the second half, it's Blackpool 1, Hull 1, and it was the two fullbacks linking up, the two wing backs, sorry. Gabriel down the right hand side gets the byline. He pulls it back across into Medine, gets it back, first time ball in, and Garbett arriving at the far stick has the run on the defender to head home, and it's 1-1. Berahino with the corner kick, ball whipped in, and kidding me, silly penalty. You don't see him come in. 20 minutes to play now, and it's going to be a penalty kick. It's going to be Troy Parrott to step up to get his second of the game. Oh, Maxwell, what a save. And Parrott picks up the rebound, lays it back to Coyle, hits it from distance, blocked and smashed away by James, and it remains 1-1. Berahino to Wilkes, and Wilkes puts it in. And it's a lovely finish at the near post from Malik Wilkes. No one picked him up, and he just beats the keeper at his near post. And really, against the run of play, if you take out the penalty, it is 2-1 to Hull. Malik Wilkes with a good finish there from Berahino's free kick. His dead ball has been very good today. Onside. And it's such a tight game here as Ward looks for Beasley. Into Medine, who fires home the header for his 7th of the season. Within 2 minutes, we get back on level terms. This is a really good game to watch here for the neutral. Not so good for my heart rate as Ward put that ball into Beasley. Great ball in, and Medine smashes the header past the goalkeeper. It's 2-2. So we beat top of the league, and now we draw to a team in the bottom half of the table. It's a 2-2 draw here. We weren't good enough. It's as simple as that. Probably a little bit harsh considering where we were expected to finish, but Hull down in 18th take 2 points off us. We move up to 6th with that result. We are 7 points behind second place, but we are in a really good position here after 15 games, 2-2, and we come back for the game against Coventry. They are 13th mid-table, and hopefully we can keep this unbeaten run going against them. Dreher intercepts that ball, looks for Lavery now. Lavery from distance, he's gone through the hands of Moore, and somehow it didn't go in. I think the offside flag was actually up as well. Not entirely sure as Waghorn wins that header there. Little 1-2, receives it back, and Waghorn gets the goal. Taylor Richards with the assist. Martin Waghorn gets the opening goal of the game after a chance that fell to Shane Lavery that was actually offside. The long ball up from Moore. The header was won by Waghorn down to Richards, and he just laid it second time, into Waghorn, beats the goalkeeper. Probably should have done better. And here at the CBS Arena, it is Coventry City 1, Blackpool 0. Allen with the ball in, and Waghorn heads into the far post, and Waghorn's at the double, and it's 2-0. And that will probably kill us off here. Ball towards the far stick is something that we've been doing to teams as well. And Waghorn getting away from his man and just heads it back across the goalkeeper. It's been pretty even in terms of the stats, but Coventry have made it count on 2 separate occasions here. That ball in, Waghorn with the header, Coventry City 2, Blackpool 0. Garbett, corner kick now, in swinger. Connolly goes up, headed away. Allen now can bring it out. He runs over halfway. Allen now, Waghorn ahead of him. Forced out to the left hand side, still hanging on to possession of the ball. Goes past Stewart. Now gets the ball in. Godden gets there first. 2 goals in 3 minutes has pretty much sealed this game now. Coventry. Allen just completely outdoing Stewart there on that left hand side, getting past him. That made him to have room to get the ball in, and Godden just gets there ahead of the goalkeeper. No one tracked his run. It is 3-0, 27 minutes left to play. Garbett with the free kick, and it's headed in by Callum Connolly at the far post. There's 12 minutes to play. It's 3-1, maybe, just maybe. Ball over top, Richards through, 1-on-1, dinks over the goalkeeper, and Taylor Richards gets his goal. Jamie Allen has just been everywhere today. That is 3 assists for him. Richards gets a goal to add to his assist earlier on in the game. It has finished 4-1 here. We've been absolutely played off the park, and Coventry City have have done a job on us here at home, and we have got nowhere near them today. 4-1 defeat, and like I said, this episode is a real mixed bag of results thus far. Well, it's headed in by Callum Connolly at the far post. Inside the first 30 minutes, Garbutt's free kick in from the near side towards the far post. Callum Connolly heads in, and it is 1-0 inside 30 minutes. Ball in. That's a great header there from Callum Connolly. 1-0. Dreher runs down the line. Can he get into the box? Goes back to Gabriel. De Virtue edge of the box with a bit of space. Fires it past the goalkeeper. 2-0. 2 shots. 2 on target. And it is 2-0 here inside 18 minutes. What a start to this game. Coroma looks like ball through for Barry. Hits it. What a goal. Lou Barry, who has been a bit of a menace against me in my other save with Aston Villa at Brighton, gets a goal there. It's 2-1 here. Huddersfield hit straight back, and it's been a really frantic 10 minutes or so. Crowell with a ball through, and Barry gets there first, beats the goalkeeper, who was kind of out of position really when he came out. Midway through the first half, it is Huddersfield 1, Blackpool 2. We're into stoppage time now, just over 2 minutes left as Medine heads out onto Anderson, in between the defenders, through, and he just takes his time to get the shot away. Very poor from Keshi Anderson, but we're going to run out 2-1 victors here. We're back to winning ways. Good performance. The stats don't do us too much favour, 1.96 to 1.48 XG, but we win the game. It is a 2-1 victory, and if we go and have a look, I'd say that is special. It gets them all motivated and inspired. We're up to 8th now, 29 points, a point behind Luton in 6th, and we're going to come back for the last game of the episode now. And I'm not sure who's against, but one more game to play, and hopefully we can continue winning and continue moving up the table. Wheeler now looks at ball to the left hand side, and O'Dowda towards the byline now. Can he get the cross in? Pulls it back to Bagan. Bagan under a little bit of pressure. Infield to Wheeler. To Wintle. Adams now with space. Into Collins, back to goal. Into Harness. Through to O'Dowda. Surely he's offside then. Yeah, flag went up very late. Maxwell made the save down to his right, but he was offside, and the first real chance of the game goes to Cardiff, but just that run too early there from O'Dowda on the left hand side, and it is cut out. It's a 0-0 here 20 minutes into this game as Romeo looks short for Adams. Romeo gets it back. Harness back to Adams. Collins, quick pass in here as they try and free up some space over the top to O'Dowda. No one in the box to aim for just yet, and Keogh has tripped him when he was in absolutely nowhere, and it's a penalty kick in front of the away fans here. Collins steps up, scores it. It is 1-0 inside 20 minutes, and that is poor from Richard Keogh, who came knocking on the door saying he wanted more game time. We're giving him game time, and he concedes a penalty inside the first 20 minutes. It's a good penalty from Collins. Keeper just doesn't get across enough, and it is 1-0 to Cardiff. Garbutt now back to goal. Goes infield to Smith. Connolly back to goal against Stewart. Medine under a bit of pressure. Lavery gives it back to Medine. Looks forward for Smith. Romo gets it. I'm not even sure what has happened there, but Matthew Smith has a simple job of just tapping into the net, and it is 1-1, and a mistake by Romeo. It was nice little passing. Medine had it back to goal, laid into Lavery. Lavery gave back to Medine. He tried to get the through ball for Smith. Romeo just touched it away from the goalkeeper, and Smith just reprogrammed his run and just slotted it into an empty net. It is 1-1. Ball over the top. O'Dowda in behind. He's causing a lot of troubles for us, but luckily for us, his finishing has been very, very poor. And if it had been a bit better, they could have probably been up going into half time. But it is 1-1 here, pretty even game, and we got a little bit lucky after going 1 down that they made a mistake. We capitalised though, and here at half time at Bloomfield Road, it is Blackpool 1, Cardiff 1. Maxwell looks long. Can Medine get there? McGuinness with the header. Wintle into Adams now. Can we win it back as they're just inside their own half? We can't. It goes out to Bagan. He has space. Ball over to O'Dowda, who's been behind once again, 1-on-1, and he again. O'Dowda, poor, just dinks it straight into the keeper's hands. Lavery wins that header into Connolly. Medine, Lavery once again. Garbutt getting forward on the left hand side. Men getting forward. Men getting into the box. Can Garbutt find someone? He can't. It's touched away from him for a corner kick. Very good counter attack there. Got the ball forward very, very quickly. Just couldn't find the end product. Just Thornley gets up for that, and somehow it goes out for a goal kick. He seemed to head it onto his foot almost. Half an hour to play. 1-1. One thing I have found with this formation is Smith takes the corner kick in. Thornley heads it in, and Jordan Thornley gets his second of the season. It's 2-1. I was about to say the one thing I found with this formation is it really does take its toll on the fullbacks. They do the wing backs, sorry, they do an awful lot of running as Thornley there gets ahead of the goalkeeper, heads it in. 6 minutes to play. It's 2-1, and as Garbutt and Gabriel have been our first choice wing backs all season, it got to a point now where they need to get a bit of rest because they are very, very tired, but they're still turning in good performances. Scarlett with a 7.2 in that game, Smith getting an 8, Thornley getting a 7.2. We come from behind to win the game, Smith and Thornley. It's Blackpool 2, Cardiff 1. The league table is going to look like this at the end of the episode. I think that might have moved us back into the top 6. It has moved us back into the top 6, 32 points from 18 games. We have a game in hand over some of the teams around us, 2 over Swansea, who are 2 places below us. We look really, really good. We have 2 games in hand over Blackburn as well, and they're only 5 points clear of us. They sit in 2nd place, so there's a chance to close the gap on the automatic promotion places. We're going to have a quick look at the schedule, see when we're going to come back for episode number 4 tomorrow. Right, then we're going to play through a big chunk of games now. We're going to come back in February for the 4 games, Bristol, Norwich, Blackburn and Hull. And then after that, we're going to come back around the middle of April for the run-in, the last 4 or 5 games, West Brom, Middlesbrough, Huddersfield and Rotherham. Probably those 4 because we haven't played any of those 4 on camera yet. So, play through now. We're in... But at the start of November, we're going to play through the rest of November, all of December, all of January, come back for the month of February, and then finish off with the last few games in April and the last day of the season at Rotherham on Friday. If you've enjoyed today's episode, if you're enjoying this little mini-series that we're doing, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time for episode number 4.